Oh, hey. See what I did there?
What?
We've started. Hey.
Oh, we already started.
But don't worry, I can edit out the weird stuff.
That's awesome.
3 questions, episode. I have no idea, and my nose is itchy.
You probably edit that out.
Probably. You know, black and white's in right now. That's really good. It's really deep. Here we are with Jenn Stockman for our latest 3 questions video. Now, Jenn is the director of first year at Bethel, Atlanta School
of Supernatural Ministry.
Doesn't that sound amazing? Find out more at bethelatlantaschool.com. All right, question number 1.
Yes.
How is your purpose tied to your voice?
So good. Well, you know, my definition of voice is not just your ability to speak words powerfully, confidently from your mouth, but really down in the deep of who you are. So really the uninhibited sound of your identity in Jesus, like who you belong to. So our purpose is entirely wrapped up in the God that we come from. So when our voice is truly set free, our identity is truly set free as sons and daughters to live without shame, without fear, without any of the things that try to put a lid on the truth of who we are.
So if someone looks deep down inside of them, number 2,
Yeah.
and they can't really find identity, or they like one of the things you mentioned in your book, The War on Your Voice, we'll show you more in a minute. You kind of compare someone's voice being a little chick cracking out of the egg, discovering himself or herself. So what would you say to someone who they feel like they have purpose, but they don't know how to articulate it, and they're trying to kind of kick their way out of that egg?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my first piece of advice would be just to get into the presence of the Father. Because really, it's impossible to know our true sound without first hearing His. And even just the way little kids learn language is they just start mimicking what they hear their father saying. And we have been born again, brand new creations, and we have been set in front of His face with unlimited access. And He just keeps holding us in front of His face, making all kinds of crazy, hello, it's you, hi, you know, and when our kids are born, we're communicating. They have no idea what we're saying. And with time, we start to learn His language. His goodness is a language we have to learn. His kindness is something we've never tasted and seen on this earth. And it's time in front of His face that we start to mimic and start to sound like Him, and our true voice can only be discovered inside of His, really.
See, this is how amazing Jenn is because that was going to be my next question, but she went ahead and answered it. So, question number 3. So for your own personal life, how does seeing like all these different groups of students and seeing their voices come alive, how does that benefit you on a personal level?
Yeah, well, on a personal level, it's, you know, we are created to sit at the table with our brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, and, you know, our true sound doesn't come from echoing the person next to us, but the person next to us, when they're living their truest identity, when they're living their truest sound, it doesn't cause us to want to sound like them. It causes us to want to take ownership for, well, then who am I?
Yeah.
If she's that free, if he is living that alive in who the Father designed him to be, then there has to be more for me. And when we start to hear the sound of sons and daughters all around us, it awakens something inside of us that we're not designed to get on our own, that we're designed to get in the context of man, your breakthrough is my breakthrough, and my breakthrough is your breakthrough. And we are all better when you are coming to the table without reservation, without hesitation, without holding back, just being who the Father has fashioned you to uniquely be.
So right before this video, we're all sitting around your table eating dinner, and your kids, you know, they're like, "Hey, pass the mac and cheese." They're not worried about how their voice is going to sound.
Yeah.
There's a hunger inside of them that says, "I want some more mac and cheese, and I want it now." And so that made me think, you know, one of the things we talk about a lot is kingdom family, and how church isn't just a society of people who believe the same, but it's sons and daughters, mothers and fathers doing life together.
Yeah.
And when you're sitting around the table, it's not like, you know, the child thinks, "I wonder if now's an appropriate time for me to say, I would like some more mac and cheese. I wonder if my voice is going to be able to articulate to my parents, I have a need right now."
Yeah.
It starts with the mac and ends with the cheese. But we get into environments where we're afraid to speak.
Yeah.
You know, this is the fourth question, because it's so good, how can we not keep going? But what would you say when someone's feeling that, well, I'm not sure if my voice is powerful, I'm not sure if I say something, if I'll get rejected, or if they'll hear what I have to say, or if they'll understand me? What would you say to that person?
Yeah. That I would just say that really the spirit of shame has taught us to hold back.
Wow.
Really, you know, it has become so woven into the fabric of our identity that we take those thoughts as our own, but really it's a spirit of shame that's constantly saying, you're going to be too much. You better not put that much of who you are out there. And, you know, who are you without shame? Who are you without that need to, you know, feel your way through an environment? How much of me can show up? And, you know, the blood of Jesus has made sure that you would find out who were you designed to be before the foundation of the world, before any trauma, before any rejection, before any pain, when you were just a dream in the heart of the Father. The blood of Jesus has made a way for that much innocence to be restored, that much purity inside of Christ to be restored. And so really, when you feel those things that we've all experienced in our mind of, man, I feel something is holding me back, I feel like there's a lid on my life, the best thing we can do is lean into that and really start asking questions inside of our soul to get the answers that we need for, okay, what area do I need to break through that shell, like the little chick, and be persistent and trust that a world I don't know is on the other side of that eggshell. You know?
That's so good. Yeah. It's like the mac and cheese, that world's hidden inside the pot. But no, seriously, so your kids, they know their place at the table.
Yeah.
They know they're loved, so they know when they say, I need this, they're not going to be rejected.
Yeah.
Because love's created an environment for their voice to rise up and be powerful.
Yeah, that's so good.
And I really think your book ties in that. Why don't you show everyone your book?
Yep, here it is. The War on Your Voice.
Ta-da. Yeah. How's that feel holding that?
It feels great. Whoever said, you know, writing a book was like having a child, they were right.
Wow.
Do you know that? Like,
totally.
This is my 5th child right here.
So for this part, I'm just going to have a seat, and Jen's going to read us the entirety. I'm kidding.
Okay, you ready? Chapter 1.
How can they get your book?
It is on Amazon. Just type in The War on Your Voice. There's a Kindle version, paperback version. It's available today.
So, how long have you been married?
16 years.
16 years to the amazing, phenomenal Justin Stockman.
Yeah, the one and only.
So if they want to find out more about your guys' ministry and kind of keep up with what you're doing, what would you say? You're building a website.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon.
But for now, we have lots of podcasts. If you search our name on BethelAtlanta.com.
There you go.
And there's lots of stories about my husband in this book as well, so you can connect more with him through this book.
So, would you just, since your voice is powerful, can you please sing everyone a lullaby as we leave for today?
A lullaby. Good night, sweethearts. It's time to go.
That.
No, join in.
That is a voice that is powerful. and you should read her